Hello, my name is Kenneth. Uh, I'm a fitness and healthy living enthusiast, and I'm also a pharmacist. I want you to embrace healthy living, and I know the reason why you are watching this now is because your health is important to you. So we believe that there are two things you can do to maintain your health. You work out, you eat right. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, what I want to discuss with you is how you can eat right. Every day, I post a video about your workout, but sometimes I'll bring up this because it's also a complementary part of your healthy living. Now, I'm going to narrow this down to your healthy living in Africa, in Nigeria. The reason why I'm interested in this is because I've talked to a couple of people who say, how can you eat right in Nigeria where all you see is rice, beans? Sorry, people don't like beans, they don't mention beans. They'll tell you everything you're seeing is rice, yam, fufu, gari, semo, and they're all carbohydrate. They're all heavy carbohydrates. That. Do I worry about that? No, because I love them and they're all good. They are a source of carbohydrate, and I cannot do without carbohydrate. I work out and I need to eat to work out. So that is not a problem. The only problem is that carbohydrate is just one of the food you're supposed to eat, and you cannot eat only carbohydrate if you want to eat right. Now, what are the other things you can eat? You eat carbohydrate, yes. Eat food that contain fat, yes. Eat your vegetables, oh yes. Eat the proteins, oh yes. Eat animal meat or protein from animal source, oh yes. Eat protein from plant source, oh yes. But which one do you prefer? Which one is better for us? And how much of each do you eat? It's not about eating this. It's about how much do you eat and how often do you eat and what's the portion and in what mix do you eat them. So this is quoting the Food and Agricultural Organization Dietary Guide that was developed about so many years ago in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Health. It said, eat everything. But they stressed that you have to eat this, the pulses, and that includes beans, the black-eyed peas, the beans you know, the one that is difficult for you to pick out and then pick out the stones. You have to eat the arachide. They are very everywhere, but we overlook them. Do you know about the lentils? Fiofio and abobo. That's Fiofio is something as abobo, just different names from different locations or different dialects. Very nutritious. You see the melon seed. You see the oba. I've forgotten the English name. You have to take all those, and they are good because they give you carbohydrate. They give you fiber. Fiber is very important. They give you protein. Yeah, and there are sources of plant protein. A lot of it will come from those. You have the ogiri, the locust bean that we use for seasoning. The source of protein, carbohydrate, and fiber, depending on how you prepare them. But here we use it as seasoning. I have to tell you, I hate the smell of ogiri, which we use for seasoning. I think it's called iru in Yoruba. These things are good for your health. You have to eat your carbohydrate as well. But what is the portion that you eat it? In general, everything has to be eaten in moderation. The quantity of food you think you will eat to be satisfied is often far more than what you need to live and to work efficiently. So that is very necessary then for you to know that, assuming that what makes you feel filled when you're eating apple is 2 wraps, probably just 1 wrap is enough for you. The current wrap, 2021 wrap, is different from 2016 wrap. My friends will laugh at me when they say this because I know there's a cool lot of difference. Because the wrap of 2021, if you combine it, it will become the full wrap of 2016 or 2015. And that's the truth. So you probably have to reduce, maybe just a wrap of 2021 is enough for you. And then you fill it up with other things. So the secret of eating right is eating all the different types of food that you're supposed to eat in one meal. You have something that gives you protein. You have the carbohydrate. You have something that gives you the vitamins from the vegetables. You have a portion of vitamins, proteins, fruits, and all this. If you bring them all together, then you'll find that you get filled with that small portion of carbohydrate that you would have eaten like 2 of it. That is one secret. Something I have found out about English breakfast. If you go for English breakfast, you have everywhere filled up with carbohydrate, protein, fruits, whatever. But when you move from this cuisine to the next, from this to that, from that to that, baked beans, add this to that, you understand that even before you do 3, you are filled up. So you end up eating a bit of each to make you filled, if you want to really get filled. But this time around, you get filled with the right things. You are not getting filled with just one kind of food. This makes everything, it makes easy for you to eat right and then get filled at the same time. So, what am I trying to say? Try to take a little portion of each. Now, in a day, that's what we call the 5 a day. The 5 a day includes what the scientists think that you should take to make you, to provide your body with what you need each day. And it includes 80 grams of fresh vegetable and fresh fruit. 80 grams is not that much. That include 1 or 2 apples, 1 or 2, depending on the size, 1 or 2 bananas, some quantity of pumpkin prepared that is inside a bowl, and a mixture of all those together can give you 80 grams. But if you're taking dried form of it, then 30 grams will be enough. It's said that 30 grams of dried fruit or dried vegetable will be equivalent to 80 grams of the fresh vegetable or fresh fruit. Now, on the pulses, you can take 80 grams of the pulses. When I say pulses, remember I said the beans, the legumes, anything that grows in pods, that you can crack the pod and get the seeds inside to eat. And that includes the akede, it includes the lentils. There's abobo or fiofio. Includes the black-eyed beans, which we know, the white beans or even the brown beans you cook. Includes the barbara nut, oba, and then the whole lot of them that we know about. They're all abound here, but probably don't care. You don't think they're portion enough for you, but trust me, they're more nutritious than those things you rush that are prepared and kept for you in fast food joints. So, I am mentioning these pulses and I'm talking about them much more because they are really good. I think I mentioned this before. You can get protein from them, you can get carbohydrate from them, you get the fat from them, you get the fiber from them. They have everything, you get the vitamins. But the thing is, the 80 grams of them is just all that gives you, one portion of the 5 a day. If you like eat 100 grams or you eat 1 kg of them, it will not make up for 2 more than one portion. However, they are very nutritious, and you can prefer taking them to taking the swallows. You can prefer taking them to taking the yams. You can prefer taking them to this if you are able to do that. But that doesn't mean you cannot take yam with that, because definitely you need energy to work. Even those that work out, you need energy to do the workout and all that. If you don't eat well, you can't work out well. You can't even carry, assuming you're a bodybuilder, or you lift weight, or you do body weight exercise, body slams and all those. You won't last, and you need to last for you to actually get the muscles in tune as you want to be. So you need the energy, and the energy comes from the carbohydrates. What am I trying to talk about now? You have to eat everything, but eat them in moderation. Now, let's go to some of the things we do that are very detrimental to us. About the oils we use for cooking. Most of us go to the supermarkets and you go buy, I want to buy cholesterol-free oil. But you go home, pour them into the pan, and then fry them until you bleach them. Or maybe you want fresh palm oil, you pour them in there and fry them until they are bleached. Whether cholesterol free or not, they become the same thing with cholesterol. Because what you have done is that you have actually, it's even worse than cholesterol because it cannot be metabolized. What you have now is the straight chain ultra. Sorry about that. What you have is something that cannot be metabolized in the body because you have actually destroyed, if you can relate with chemistry, the double bonds, everything by heating in the presence of oxygen and all that. So you've oxidized everything. You're done. The food, the what am I trying to call it? The oil has been destroyed. It will taste sweeter. We know that because it's no longer slippery. It becomes, and that's what we look at and say, oh, this you cooked it really well, and the taste is heavenly. But at the end of the day, is it good for your body? No. These are the kind of food you eat, and they end up blocking the artery. So if you can reduce how much of fried food you eat, the better for you. Let's talk about meat. What kind of meat is good for you? Or protein from animal source? You can go for lean meat, and the lean meat includes chicken without a skin. I can tell you now that 80% of fat you get from chicken come from the skin. So if you can actually strip off the skin from the chicken, you'll be reducing 80% of the fat you get from chicken. Fat, the pork, most of us don't eat pork, but pork without the skin as well is also. And when you do the chicken, maybe if you grill it, it's going to be better than the one that's not grilled, if you must eat the skin. I don't know how many of you that go for this barbecue fish. You know that the skin has so much oil and the fat in it. It's the same thing. So the skin most of the time has the fat. If you can remove the skin and it eats the muscles, often you are taking what you might call the lean meat. But of course, generally, fish is far, far better than the meat we're talking about. So, what are we talking about here? The way you prepare your food can make it a toxic or a poison. The good food you are supposed to eat can become poisonous to you because of the way of preparation. So are we saying that you should prefer getting your protein from animals, from vegetable or plant sources than getting them from animals? Reduce the fat you get from animal source because they are more dangerous to your health than the ones you get from plant. So, in a day, what do you do? Eat in the morning, eat in the afternoon, eat in the night. Include nuts into your food. The ground nuts, the cashew nuts, the potassium nuts, anyone that is available where you live. Go for them. They are very good for you. The tiger nuts, the date. These things are available. and you don't need to spend so much to get them. I will mention the beetroots. They are very good. There are things you can include. You know, when I was talking about 5 a day, I talked about 150 mils of fruit juice, and I'm not sure if I mentioned the beetroot. Very good for health. If you can't just do the smoothie of beetroot and some other fruit, you know, this is heavenly. 150 ml of them. They can even help you to control your appetite. You know, they give you the feel of fullness. And remember, I'm not here talking about losing weight, but if you lose weight along the way, assuming you're overweight, yeah, you've gained a lot. You gained the other way. But the most important thing, the focus is eating right, working out, and then keeping fit. If your focus is on losing weight, fine. But if you focus so much on losing weight, you get distracted and get so much discouraged when you're not seeing the result as fast as you expect. But if your focus is on eating right and then working out to keep fit as much as you can, trust me, you're going to lose the excess. You're going to lose the excess. So, in this your weight or your fitness journey, your right living journey, your eating right journey, be focused and make sure you achieve something each day. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg to get the right things. There was a day I posted a picture of carrot, green beans, and what's the name again? Cucumber that I prepared about just for about 5 minutes. I do that once in a while, sometimes often. Sometimes you add cauliflower, sometimes you add the broccoli. These ones are quite very expensive here, but the cucumber, carrots, green beans are quite cheap. Bring them together and prepare them, boil them for, if you can't eat them raw, prepare them for just boil them for 3 to 5, 6 minutes, and they are soft enough for you to eat them. Add a little or maybe any condiment you want. And these things are ways of eating very right. And so when I posted this on my status, everybody, you are enjoying your life, but that was not up to 500 naira. Not up to 500 naira. And when I told someone, the person just kept quiet. And it was actually my sister that said that. And I told her, look, this is not up to 500. I said, really? I said, yes. So, the cost of eating right is not so much, but we think it's so much because we have everything around us that will help us eat right if we do not overlook them. Remember, I love swallow, but I love my life more than swallow. So I take my time and I reduce the quantity I eat at a time. Thank you for listening. If you learned anything from this, then, or for watching, thank you for watching. If you learned anything from this, I will ask you, please hit the subscribe button and don't fail to check daily for our exercise tips, daily for our healthy eating tips. This will be coming up often and on, but not exactly every day. Thank you very much and keep living right.